Hello.
And welcome to
The Prepared Factor.
we're
Where
super
we're always
prepared.
prepared.
Like scouts, right? Always be prepared.
Was that Scouts?
I think that's scout.
Never been in Scouts.
Right. Do you want to kick us off with some news then?
Yeah, got some news. I do have more news story written up than you have written up. I will point out.
I've got it here. I'm just
So it's not
quickly
written up.
reading through.
I woke up pretty early last night, I guess you could say. Last night, however you want to phrase it. So,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sleepy. I have forgotten the news. I did have some good stuff here. It was information security.
You keep saying you've got good stuff, but
I just can't recall what it was. Remember, we talked about it at lunch. Do you remember? There was like 3. I got the WordPress plugin thing. What else was there? There was some other stuff.
Don't just list them off. You gotta like go in depth.
I
into
am
them.
trying to think of them first. Oh, was it a red light runner?
Oh yeah, are we watching? I need to get this.
But for those who are viewing the stream, there was no red light runner. I just wanted to make Hugh feel self-conscious about not having the news ready and thus not being able to watch.
I've got my news ready, mate.
And yet you weren't watching the buses. Kind of been too ready.
All right. Tell me about some WordPress.
Okay, I guess so. That's all I can think. Oh, the Apache thing.
Yeah,
That was. Let me just write that up once again.
You don't need to just write it up. You can just talk about it. Oh my god. All right. He has now written up 2 stories. Oh, he might be doing a third. Might be. Yeah. So in other words, Stephen just does not know how to thing.
Don't know how to
I
think.
saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there. So I did have some news, didn't I? Just I'm a little rusty after not sleeping. Okay, do you want to start with tech? I don't know how many bus stories you have, so
I've got a few. If you let me read through them.
okay. You haven't read any of them yet.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll start with this one. It's a simple one. You pick a news story, read through it, and then I talk about it in like 10 seconds. Okay. So WordPress, right? People install lots of plugins from lots of places.
Oh shit.
There was another one actually. This is a common thing. Happens all the time. People install
Damn.
plugins. What's that? Whoa, damn. Whoa. Is that a hockey stick? Was this in Canada? Where is this? Someone's beating someone with a hockey stick. That bus driver is not fucking
damn.
around though, is he?
Fuck me.
Get the fuck off my bus, motherfucker. And then, I thought he was like gonna just drive off after that.
Oh shit.
Wait, hang on. What's happening?
Takes it out to the street.
Oh, after he. Oh, damn. And then he got back in the bus. Oh.
No, that's
Fuck.
just restarted.
Is it a hockey stick?
I think it's like a walking stick or something.
Walking stick. It looks curved on the end. Like
Damn.
an ice hockey stick. What I would reckon.
It might say.
Correct.
With a cane. With a cane.
Okay. Let me tell my WordPress story.
All right.
There was another thing affected by this. Ruby or something. There's some Ruby bugs as well. There were so many bugs. The one I'm specifically thinking of here, there was a WordPress plugin, and you installed it, and it had a bunch of functionality in there for like DDoSing. So not just DDoSing, like RCE, stealing your passwords, changing passwords, adding users, deleting users. Initially, also like there was some function where it would like repeatedly clear the cache of these shared hosting providers and then inject advertising being like, is your shared hosting provider slow? You should move to our
That's
shared
so
hosting
cute.
provider. Anyway, I can't remember what the little plugin was called, but there was a plugin that did that with WordPress this week. Guy got called out. Initially, he tried to deny it, but then people looked through his history in Bitbucket and were like, no, it's pretty clearly malicious, dude. And then he deleted the repository from Bitbucket and scrubbed the history and then pushed it up again. Pretty nifty, right?
Yeah, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah. Okay, you tell a story then. Tell a story.
Right. So story for me. Sure, I'll just start from the top then.
Sure.
A pedestrian was
Mhm.
hit by a bus.
Where?
Central Auckland.
Okay.
Critical.
Oh, that was a fucking
condition.
red light. There was 100% a red light.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking 100. I don't know if Chris, were you too late for it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
think
too
I was
late for it.
late.
Yeah, it's at least one. I think It's hard to tell because I wasn't really looking at the screen much. But
Why'd you say Chris?
Chris Calvey Freeman? Chris Calvey Freeman.
Oh, right.
But anyway, tell us about it. Or not.
That's
okay.
weird. Look at what the title
Why
of.
don't you just?
No, like up there.
Yeah.
That is the title of this tab,
Okay.
and that is the title of the article.
Okay. Hang on. I can't actually read it. So title of the tab. Yeah. Okay. So it's just because they put like the breaking news shit in the
Why? Like it.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Yeah. Oh, it goes right on
It's
there.
like down there.
Yeah, it's probably because you scroll down. Go up to the very top again, and refresh the page.
Oh.
Yeah, there, see that. So One News, as you scroll
That's
down, it
fucking
updates.
weird.
It does infinite scroll with different news stories, and it updates the title as you scroll down. So if you want to read the bottom of an article, it'll change the title.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, so this happened yesterday.
Okay,
Just before 3:20. Critical position.
Snap. Oh, it's still in critical.
Don't know. You know how news doesn't like follow up or
But
anything.
when was that update given?
Yesterday, 3:20.
Wait, okay, sorry. When did it get hit?
Yesterday.
Yes, I got that. You said he got hit at 3:20, and the update was given at 3:20.
It was sometime yesterday.
Okay.
Um,
You're not so these details. You're,
This
you're
is how
skimping on
news
them.
does shit. You know that. Yeah. So yeah,
That's it.
guy got hit.
That's the entire news story.
Yeah.
And every question I ask, you answer incorrectly, and then follow up with, "Oh no, well I didn't mean that."
Yeah. Shall,
Okay.
shall I talk about another one?
Yeah, give us one with a little sustenance in it.
All
a
right.
little bit of something.
Fuck, if I'd seen this video before, I would have. Oh, that's the volume.
If you had have actually read our
Did you see
news
that?
before.
I want to like scroll back to the start of the video, so I went like that. I accidentally scrolled a bit too far, and then
Mhm.
ended up changing the volume instead of
I
like.
mean, that's bad UI, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be your fault.
Oh, I guess. But yeah, so in Hamden, Connecticut, a passenger on a bus.
It's Connecticut, the state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking just. I just don't know the backstory to this. I kind of want to know, but like some passenger on a bus, as he was getting off, oh shit, I should read this bit more. Right, so as the passenger was getting off, the passenger hit the driver with like a walking cane type thing,
Yep.
like fucking lay into him,
Mm-hmm.
and the driver fucking gets back at him, fucking takes him off the bus and gives him a few more.
Yep.
So the passenger is facing assault and breach of peace charges. The driver was later fired.
Huh. I don't know if I'd fire a driver for that. Okay, on one hand, they
Potentially the reaction was more than what it should have been,
a
but
little bit excessive. But to be honest, I can understand being
you
in
just
a
got fucking hit in the fucking
if
head.
someone that starts fucking hitting you in the face with a big stick, like just fucking beating down on you. I can understand why you'd kind of fly into a rage and be like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?"
And you're like a bus driver as well, like
Yeah, so you're already on the edge of rage at all times.
Yeah.
Whoa, that guy just like he slowed down really quickly to not go through that red light.
oh yeah.
He knows.
Fuck, I haven't actually watched any red light runners this week
Why not?
because there was an accident actually.
Oh yeah.
Do,
What?
do you want to talk about the accident?
What was this? The accident where you weren't clearing out files fast enough?
I was.
the hard disk filled up. We had
Steven
so
just
many-
deleted all of the footage.
That's not true. I didn't delete all of it.
There was so much other stuff.
I
you could've
deleted
just
everything you
deleted.
hadn't triaged, unless you left everything else.
Literally, you left all the stuff you could have deleted.
This was a show before the show last week when Dave was here. The computer was like, "You're out of disk space," and we're like, "Well, we don't want to start the show like that. It's gonna die. It's gonna be a problem. We have to record a show. We got to put it somewhere."
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Where's the where are all the files? They're in here. They're in here. Okay, here's a shit ton of video files. There's like 10,000 in here. These must be the ones Hugh has already processed because there's 10,000 of them.
Wasn't 10,000. Was it?
There's a lot. How many months worth was it? Like 2 months.
Nah, there was. Yeah, I think there was 2 months.
2 months of files, including false positives. false positives happen. Yeah, maybe not 10,000.
Yeah.
It was a lot though.
I think it might have been like 2,000-3,000.
And I saw them and I was like, fuck it. Delete them. Because the other thing is, like, it was before the show, right?
Yeah.
We run a pretty tight ship here in terms of scheduling, where it's like, oh, 5 minutes before the show, let's go do it. So I deleted it. And yeah, that's why the Bus Factor GIFs hasn't been posting. And
Yeah.
you didn't start the AI again either.
No, I didn't. The AI didn't start.
The tree.
To be
oh,
honest.
shit. Yeah, that's right. I don't even know how, accidentally deleted the config file for the AI. Did you check the recycle bin, by the way?
No, because you would have deleted it at the same time. Don't try and do it now. We'll just sort it. At some
Recovery
point.
drive, mate. Look at that.
Oh, don't do that.
Recycle. How the fuck do you get to recycle bin?
You delete something.
What?
Uh,
Storage settings. No, I want like.
Just go to your desktop. It'll be on your desktop.
You're gonna be on the desktop. Okay, let's have a look.
Control Windows D.
There's like a button that you can press. Recycle.
Oh, it's got heaps of shit in it. Yeah, mate. New folder.
0 bytes. I think I didn't delete that one.
I like how you nearly turned the laptop off.
Fucking laptops that have the delete button next to the off button. No, the delete button is being replaced with an off button. If you go to instinctively hit delete,
Yeah.
you hit off. Like, yeah,
What?
fucking dumb.
What just happened?
I just like it was on the wrong tab. Sorry. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I want to watch the bus.
I was looking at the audio levels. You know, audio levels.
Yeah. Do you
Anyway,
want to talk
that's why
about
no bicycle
some
is.
helicopters?
I gotcha. The
You're too
Apache
tired for my puns.
HTTPD, the Apache because people call it Apache, but Apache is the foundation.
Yeah.
So they
Well, it used to be the only product, right?
didn't. I
I think so. Like way back.
but here's the thing. Question: when you've used anything other than the Apache HTTPD, have you ever thought, I like this?
When we use something else apart from HTTP, we like the other thing.
Have you ever liked anything that's got the Apache label on it?
Oh, having Apache. You just installed some Tomcat, didn't you? That's
did.
Apache.
Yeah. But my question was, have you ever used something like that's managed by the Apache Foundation and thought, yeah, this is nice. I like this.
Yeah, I used to use Apache, the HTTP.
Yeah, I said apart from the HTTPD,
Oh, apart from that,
Yeah. That was how I started
they
it.
do have some other stuff.
They have Solar. They have
Yeah, I've used Solar.
Cassandra.
I haven't used Cassandra. But
Yeah, okay. I noticed you're not saying I like those. You say I've used them. Yeah, I think everyone's used Solar, and no one thought, oh, this is amazing. Everyone's like, oh,
what,
Solar.
What
that's
else
a good
would
idea.
you use
What else would I use from Apache
instead of
instead of Solar?
yeah?
It's tough. Like there's some like a list.
Active
Oh, they're
MQ,
fucking
mate.
fucking fucking shit. Fucking
That's
shit.
two, mate.
Chill fucking shit.
That's two.
Oh,
Active
did you see
MQ.
that?
And I've used Ant.
Did you fucking see
Yeah,
that?
I did. That was two, mate.
Yeah, but it was fucking brutal. It
That
was
was 2.0.
it was fucking 8. The fucking jeez. You've used Ant. You're listing things you've used. You're not listing things you like.
Aries? I think I've used Aries. No, I've used a
What's that?
different one.
Active MQ. Like, is that like
Yeah.
Rabbit MQ but worse?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
probably.
I think I've used Active MQ. You don't
Yeah,
want to.
and
You don't want to.
and you're like, that's that shitty Java thing. Fuck that thing.
Beam, an Uber API for big data.
Yeah, fuck
Bloodhound?
that.
Bloodhound?
Wait, Bloodhound.
Nah, not the one you want.
Oh, not the good. They have a product called
Defect
Blood-
tracker based on track.
Oh my god! So they've taken a bad thing and made it worse. They have so many. Like, we're only up to the C's.
Cassandra.
Yeah, they have Cassandra, which
Uh,
I hear Cassandra is not the worst, but it's got. I don't want to. 'cause-
Cloud Stack. They have their own like
Huh? They have their own cloud stack thing
Apache Commons. I do use that.
for like Java stuff.
Yeah. CouchDB.
Yeah, Couch people use it, but I do notice you're not saying you like any of these things. I like the idea of some of them, but I don't. There's none of them I look at and think, yes, please, that. You know what I mean?
Apache directory.
Yeah, it's an LDAP implementation in
Yep.
Java.
Flex.
What one's Flex? Like Flex and Bison?
Nah, it's the.
Oh, it's a different Flex. Fucking like they just keep. Hey, was that a red light runner?
Groovy.
Dude, so late. It was not even close. Groovy. Yeah, that's like the GUI toolkit, right?
Nah, it's a different language.
Oh, it's the different language.
Oh,
yeah.
Hadoop.
Okay, Hadoop.
I've
Yeah.
heard things in that. Hive. HTTP server. Mod Python.
Wait, Mod Python's made by
Yeah,
Apache?
Mod Python is listed,
Uh,
but like none of the other
oh,
ones.
deprecated in favor of a different one. The James
Java
server?
email and name server. Oh, wow. News server. Sorry, I remember news servers.
Jmailer. Look, my point is, this is a long list of Apache projects.
Oh, Lucene.
Is there any? Yeah, Lucene. It works with Solr. It's like
Yeah.
same deal. Answer the question.
Well, I'm just having a look to see if I like any of these.
So far,
What about Uzi, a workflow scheduler system to manage Apache Hadoop jobs?
you've got pretty far through
Oh,
the list.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
This one
what'd
here.
you
This
pick?
one here.
What'd you bet? Is it Tomcat? Open Office. Yeah? Yeah? You like Open Office? I like the idea. Oh, Jesus, sorry. I like the idea of Open Office.
Yeah, I don't actually use OpenOffice anymore.
What do you
use
use, LibreOffice?
LibreOffice.
Is Libre... No, that's not run by...
Oh, Spam Assassin? I use that.
Is it a nice piece of software? Do you like it?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't realize Apache made that.
Neither did I, actually. They get donated
Struts.
projects. Oh, Struts. I like that one, actually. That one's been pretty handy.
Subversion? I used to use that.
Did used to use it. But Struts, right?
System
we use
email?
Struts at work occasionally for our work, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty useful for us. Okay, stop listing stuff.
Tomcat?
Guacamole as well.
I don't think I saw that.
It's supposedly on here.
Oh, yeah, Xerxes. Validating XML parser.
Seems like give it Java, it's probably just more like RCE parser.
Yeah, I like it that way.
Anyway, so what was the answer? Is there
Yeah.
anything that you like?
Yeah.
And it is
OpenOffice. And what was the other one I said?
Spam Assassin.
Yeah, Spam Assassin's good.
Yeah, 2 out of 300. I mean, it's not good odds, right?
Do you like anything out of the OWASP organization?
Fucking yes. Red Light Runner number 2. You're in the poo. Do I like
OWASP?
anything out of the OWASP organization? Like what they make?
any projects?
Any projects?
Yeah.
I like appreciate the top 10, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's
Anything else out of the other 300 they have?
Do they have 300? They have so many,
They've got a
and they're
lot.
all so low quality.
Most of them just aren't even ready for release.
Yeah, I've seen a few lately because they're like trying to do like GitHub pull request fancy, which I appreciate, but it seems like a lot of people involved in the project are like risk manager people who have never popped a shell in their life.
Yeah.
And so they're like, best practices for doing this. And they list things that don't matter. And I'm like, yeah, these people don't really know what they're talking about. Top 10. They built Zap, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
they built Zap.
that's a-
Zap's kind of all right.
the thing
And
that
there's
exists.
WebGoat as well.
WebGoat. Oh, that's the vulnerable one, is
Yeah.
it? Yeah. But like everyone uses DWA, right?
Not everyone.
Who uses WebGoat? It exists, I guess.
I've used it.
I don't know.
Um,
You know what?
It's something, it's just different to the WWA.
DVW.
DVWA.
Yeah. But everyone.
Oh,
I think it's safe.
squeeze through.
Everything they do, I look at it and think, I'm pretty sure I could do a better job than that in a week.
Yeah, you probably could.
But I'm real lazy, so I never do. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to any of their wiki pages, like, they all of such a low quality. I'm like, oh, I could make, like, an entire, like, a book on SQL injection in a week that would be amazing, and this wiki page would be better, but I never do. I'm
Yeah.
lazy. Anyway, there was a news story associated with this.
There was.
What fucking was it? Yeah, that was it. The Apache HTTPD has a root privilege escalation issue. Pretty cool, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it?
I like root.
Do you know the architecture roughly of how Apache runs?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a process running as root, which does no processing of user input at all.
Yeah, and it basically just forks off to everything else,
Yeah.
depending on which model of forking you want to use.
Yeah. These buses are getting fucking feisty. Either that or I'm starting to get hallucinations.
I was meant to buy some before.
Oh, you poor thing.
Hopefully the shop's
Oh
still
shit!
open.
So have I. I've got to get a cheese grater. We need. Oh no, a can opener. Can opener.
Hopefully shops are still open after we leave.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. This one's up
Oh.
until 10, dude.
Nah, I need to get something that's not in there.
Alcoholic. Things are open till 10 for alcohol as well on Fridays. If you need to, there's some in Courtney Place. We used to live there, so.
Yeah.
But there should be. I think that one there is open for a while.
Nah, it's not alcohol.
Oh, okay. Sex toys, nice. Someone's gonna have fun with their new dog tonight. Yeah. Anyway, the
Yeah,
issue
go
basically
Rude.
ends up working where if you can get kind of like arbitrary memory read write primitives to on a child, an Apache child, which is not running as root, you can corrupt some of their corrupt some of the memory that the parent process reads when it performs a graceful restart. So the way you would use this in practice is you would run a PHP shell, which like corrupts some of these internal pointers, waits for log rotate to kick in, and when log rotate kicks in, does a graceful restart. The root process talks to its children and passes their pointers, IPC magic, blah blah blah. Blah. Now you got root.
Yeah.
The guy actually is pretty funny. He's like, I found this bug in Apache, and then as he's going through it, he's like, so we need a PHP ODay as well. So I whipped one of those up, and so he found like arbitrary like memory bypass use after free thing to like do ASLR bypass and shit. Was that 1 or 2?
I don't know. I might just quickly. Oh fuck. Maybe give it 2.
2.
It might have been 0.
Might have been 0. Okay. I didn't look quite fast enough. Nonetheless, we'll see a proof of concept soon, I'm sure. The guy's done a write-up with the details, but not a proof of concept. I'm just looking for / give me root, right?
Yeah.
Hey, would you like a beer?
Yeah. I thought that.
Yeah. It's your desk now. See, the thing is, when my desk was here at the Buzz Factor set, you would leave so much shit all over my desk. And now...
Have you seen your desk?
Yeah, what about it?
It's got so much shit all over it.
Do you know every can was in the bin until I came in this morning? Those are all just from today. I'm not lying. The truth. I cleaned it out the other day.
Mate, if you drink that much soft drink, you'll get fucking diabetes, you know?
Oh, it's Coke no sugar.
And I hear that's pretty bad.
My partner started buying Coke no sugar for home because we're getting groceries delivered now, which means we can get more stuff. So we like get Coke. Fucking bad idea, because all I'm doing now at home is just sculling bottles of fucking Coke no sugar.
Yeah, it's still not great for you, eh?
Yeah, it's like I'd rather not be having it. Yeah, it's sneaky creeper. He's a sneaky little creeper.
I miss our Olden section.
Yeah, it was much better.
Man,
I
imagine
think-
if we had the machine on that. You reckon it would cope?
Yeah,
I suppose it was
why
originally
not?
training
Yeah.
for that, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fine. I mean, it would take more training data, but it'd be all right. I think that's it for the Apache thing anyway. We'll see the proof of concept come out soon, I'm sure.
Alright.
But I did want to just say, like, if you already have RCE, then, like, previous to root, but you have to wait 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, some people have it set up so there's like passwordless sudo to
Exactly,
do
yeah.
graceful.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's often a lot of other methods.
Yeah, like
It's another bag of
you
tool
don't
tricks.
have to wait for the log rotate. Like you can cause graceful restarts
Yeah,
other ways.
Or you know,
What if you did like? Oh no, if you did like an actual crash, then it wouldn't do a
only
graceful.
crashes the children, and so a child crashing Apache would just restart it.
Yeah.
You'll need to like recorrupt the pointers. So the good thing is like you could do ASLR bypass through. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Did you see me just go real quiet?
Yeah, I
enough there?
did, and I thought like someone was about to go through like real violently. Have you noticed they're not stopping at the lines probably today?
Yeah, they're not.
They seem like in a rush today, but like they're caring more about going through red lights. That's the vibe I'm getting. that
Might
they-
be timetabling issues. Oh my god! So I followed Metlink for ages, and I thought
on
'cause-
Twitter.
on Twitter.
Yep.
And I thought just the other day I might like turn on the notify me whenever they tweet.
Why
Worst
would you?
fucking decision ever. There's like fucking like every single
Is
cancellation.
it
goes
like
up.
30 cancellations a day or something?
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I'm like, oh my god, why did I do this?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I just missed the buses.
Yeah,
I think it was when I was up north. I'm like,
I was on a bus the other day, sucks.
Oh yeah, you're like catching buses now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's got ups and downs. It's fine at certain times. I got a bus at 9 p.m. the other day. The number 3, I think it was. Could have been a number 1.
Yeah.
Um,
You can catch
I'm
either.
like, I think we're about what 5 stops into the route here. We're still in the center of the city.
Yeah.
It lasted 2 more stops before he had to stop letting people on.
Yep.
This was 9 p.m. at night.
Yep.
It was just like, what are these people gonna? First of all, what are they gonna fucking do? Because like
I've
buses
s-
come real infrequent.
I've seen the buses be chocker full at like 2 p.m.,
Yeah, and you're
which
like,
is like off peak. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
and like I kind of understand like a few people standing. It's like, well, that's probably if you have like 2 people standing on a route at its most full, good. That's probably
Yeah.
good capacity. But kicking people off, like not kicking people off, just refusing to let people on, which I'm not worried. Like I think the driver did the right thing. I think the
Yeah.
company scheduled badly for that to happen. Especially because like you could just be like, oh, well, they'll be in 5 minutes more frequent than they
It's
normally are.
interesting because I see some people complain when drivers let people on, which like I'm of two minds there because like that person now gets a ride, but then like they're also standing in like the driver's vision, so like it might like make the driver do something more stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
But then like all the buses say they support up to this many people, but they don't. Like
they do it. They do it if the people at the back crunch up real hard, but they never do.
no, I've been on like chocker full buses and I've counted the people.
Yeah,
Like it just doesn't add up to what they say.
the amount they can fit
Yeah.
standing. Yeah, I mean, you
Which
can-
is I've seen other stuff where they Metlink reference that number, like
yeah,
the placard number,
yeah,
and being
yeah.
like, this is how many buses we can support.
That is an upper limit, so that's assuming no one has bags on. Everyone is crunched in as tight as they can be. Potentially, also think of the handicap seats they can pull up. That
Yeah,
you can
but
fit
then-
easily, like 8 people in each of those, so that's 16 right away.
Jeez.
You can physically fit them.
So I have asked for like a
A seating layout. I like a
like a
standing layout.
layout of like how they fit these people on,
Yeah.
which I don't know. That's shortly after I did that, they decided, oh, we're not going to respond to any of yours.
Yeah, fair enough. To be honest, that's a bit of a dig thing. Like, they don't have one. They don't. You know they don't. So what's the point?
I'm pointing it out that they don't.
Okay, do that with a comment, not with a request for information. Like, what's
I'll be interested what the information is though.
I gotcha, but you know they don't have a...
You know why I started doing the OAs though? It's because they stopped responding to my complaints.
Yeah, but like, if they don't have the information,
Then they just respond, we don't have it. They can just do that on the day one.
they can.
They can, and they legally should.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, most
Um,
companies don't follow the law when it comes to OIA. They violate it quite heavily. But
crazy.
there's no penalties, so like, fucking, what
I
you
was
gonna do?
reading. Oh yeah, so you know how ombudsman occasionally like does like general overall.
Yeah, the
things?
health of the OIA or whatever. They just talk about it.
Apparently, they can't do anything about police except for specific complaints.
Yeah, they have
What-
no, they have less oversight of police.
Yeah,
They can do nothing for them. Yeah,
it's kind of weird because police are probably one of the worst.
I don't know if they're one of the worst, but
They definitely get like majority of OAAs from like any other agency.
Oh, really? Because I
And
saw the
they
analysis you
commonly
did a
have
while
late.
ago. I saw the analysis where they talked about like which places were bad and good. I really liked the bit where they did some reasoning around like whether people were cheating the system by waiting until the deadline to release it versus
Yeah.
not. And they're basically like, look, these companies, these departments are, and you can tell because they either release it on the day, ask for a 20-day deadline, and release it. But there are other people who still ask for the deadline, but then release it like halfway through, and it's kind of like, well, that's, I guess,
Yeah,
and I don't
I
mind
saw
if it
some
takes a
guy
while.
doing like a analysis because like State Services Commission they did a thing where they showed how many people answered within the legal deadline and how many didn't.
It's
but then
like
this guy's-
1% did.
No, most people do it
Okay.
in the legal deadline, but this one guy's like, well, like most of my requests happened on the 20th day.
Yeah.
So he's done like requests to all the organizations again and been like, how many can you like basically give how many days remaining
Yeah.
when you did the thing? Some
Yeah.
were good, most were on the last day.
Yeah. Most are on the last day. I can kind of understand like why would they release it sooner if they don't have to. But the answer is
Well,
they do have to.
Yeah, they do have to, but
The
it's
law
a
says you
really
have
fucking
to.
weird law.
Yeah.
It's just as soon as reasonably
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
practicable or something.
Yeah, the phrasing is like it's pretty unambiguous that you should do it then, but it's also pretty hard to enforce.
Yeah.
So-
It's like there's ones I do with MetLink. If they don't have the information, they could and should just respond on the next day saying we don't have that information.
Yeah.
Instead, they wait 20 days and then they're like, oh, we don't actually have this.
The other cool hack for OAA is the countdown only starts from when you acknowledge it, and there is no legal requirement to
Not
acknowledge it.
acknowledge, receive.
Well, if you don't acknowledge it, how do you know you received it?
You can receive it via email signatures. Ombudsman has done that.
Via email signatures. What do you
Like
mean?
if your organization's mail server
Mm-hmm.
has accepted the email,
Yeah.
then
Fuck off. That counts as accepted. No way.
That counts.
I'd be interested to read that ruling because
Uh,
I genuinely think that is not what counts as accepted.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of saying, I posted a letter to you and it didn't come back to me, therefore you received it.
Yeah,
That's almost entirely what it is.
you get a digital acknowledgement that has actually been delivered to somewhere in the organization.
Not necessarily. I don't believe that. It's like the mail. If it doesn't come back to you, that's an acknowledgement that
No, it's not. It's an acknowledgement that it might have got lost somewhere. But
it
SMT
still could get lost at that point between them
no.
connecting to it.
SMTP,
Yeah.
it's given an acknowledgement that it has entered the organization's email.
At which point it could still be lost.
It could still get lost, but that's okay. So I send a letter to some agency,
Mhm.
and the first person in the agency that handles it could lose it.
Yeah, but
They've still
no,
received it
It's more like if it got missing in the mail room, right? Because
in the mailroom of the agency, or
Yeah,
the
if it
mailroom.
got- if it-
got lost in the mailroom of the agency, they received it.
I disagree. Okay, the way it works with like legal documents is it has to be handed to someone who signs for it,
Yep.
right? Right. You can't just hand it to someone and say
Oh,
it's
yeah,
your
yeah.
organization's got it now.
OIA is so fucked though. Do you know you don't even have to say you want to use the OIA?
Yeah, any request for information is
Yeah.
official. It falls under the act. Yeah, I knew that. That one's pretty cool.
Oh, and some agency had like a bunch of requests that got answered on the same day, and they called it media requests. And then someone was like, why are media special? Like, how
Yeah.
come?
Oh yeah. That's there are some who treat like OIA. That don't use the OIA process. That's slow and shitty. Make a media request instead.
Yeah,
And it's like that's not how it works.
It's literally the same.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
but anyway,
it's not in practical terms.
yeah,
Legally, it is, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, OIA is a bit broken.
Hey, Professor Oak. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, dumb law.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know enough about the like Australian and US laws to compare that much.
I looked up the Australian one because I was interested.
What's it called? Does it have a cool acronym?
For you.
Same
I-
as
I
US
believe.
then.
Yeah. They have to pay a lot more than New Zealand does.
Oh, I think
And
I did hear that.
you
Yeah.
can only get documents. You can't get information. Like
Yeah.
we can just ask for a brain dump of someone.
Yeah. There though that is once again hard to enforce.
Oh yeah.
So I did hear a rumor that there's a thing that after a government department suffers some kind of reputational damage, they don't send emails about it. They have in-person meetings, so they can't be OIA'd.
Yeah. And like ministers do that all the time. They'll
Yeah.
and they'll call like minutes, not minutes. They'll call them something else.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't know. Like the whole system's a bit broken. but
Yeah, it's illegal, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
People were like getting up in arms and trying to fix it though. Interesting.
No one that matters.
No, some people that do matter.
Okay, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, well, same. Government moves slow.
Well, yeah, government is also malicious.
Should we talk about other legislations?
Okay, go ahead. Carry on.
So you
Give me
work
a
in a
story.
workplace, right?
Yes.
Do you know how many breaks you're entitled to throughout the day?
So I think I do from retail. I can't remember the exact numbers. So there's a period where you're entitled to a 15-minute break. I think it might be something like over 4 hours. As you get closer to 8, you're entitled to a half a minute unpaid break.
half a minute.
Yeah,
Whoa, fuck
half,
yeah.
half an hour unpaid break and a 15-minute paid break. So I think the way it works in New Zealand is your 15-minute breaks are always paid for, your half an hours aren't, at least for like salaried normal 8-hour workers. After 8 hours, you get 2 15s and a half, and I think there's one more after that where you get like 2 halves and 2
Yeah.
15s.
So in general, you get some breaks, and they're
Oh, that you wanted just general. Okay, sorry, I thought you were looking at specifics.
yours is-
In general, yes, you receive breaks.
so.
Though there are some jobs where you don't receive breaks.
What jobs would they be?
I honestly don't know. Top of my head would be surgeons, for example.
Yep.
Like they're legally mandated breaks. You basically can just be like, hey, you okay to not go for a break for 8 hours? You can piss, but that's it. And they can be like, yeah, it's all good.
Yep.
So there is that kind of thing. But
So I mean, bus drivers,
Yep.
because we're a bus podcast.
Yeah.
They weirdly didn't have this, or like maybe like I heard some rumors, but I
Yeah.
hadn't actually looked it up, that the national government kind of took away that like legal requirement for breaks.
gotcha.
But I don't
didn't
know if it
that.
was just for bus drivers or for everyone. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's now been reinstated. So bus drivers now legally have to have like a 15-minute break every 4 hours. And
Which is not the worst thing.
yeah, it
It's
seems
pretty
fair.
reasonable.
Fucking every bus company is fucking up in arms. This is
Yeah.
going to cause so much chaos. Like
yeah.
we're going to have more cancellations
Yeah.
because like
You know what my favorite thing is though with it? This law has been out for like over a year now, is it?
yeah,
they've
it
not allowed it?
was done start of last year, and well, like it went through Parliament then, and it's been enforced since the start of this year.
Yeah. And so it's not like this was snuck up on some bus drivers and they couldn't. No, this it's been a long time coming.
Oh, it's not the bus driver's fault. It's
Sorry, the bus
fucking big
companies, I
cats.
mean, yeah. It's been a long time coming and they're like, whoa, this is crazy. We have no way to deal with this. Like, well, you could give them breaks, maybe?
So Hamilton City Council,
Fucking piece of shit council that one is.
they're just like, yeah, they're like valid changes. They're affordable to the bus companies,
Yeah,
and they
that's
were a
the
long time
Fucked up
coming.
thing,
yeah.
like to just be like, oh, we can't afford this. It's like,
But yeah,
just,
in Wellington, people were like, "Well, nah, like fuck, nah, we can't do this. Cancel all the buses.
just fucking
Got to cancel to give the break." And like people were saying, "Oh, the bus drivers might like just stop in the middle of the road to have their 15-minute break or whatever."
yeah, fucking sometimes they're
Which
people are
the
retarded.
law is kind of a bit weird because it kind of says on the after 2 hours or whatever, you must have a 15-minute break.
You can have it earlier though, right? Or later, right? Like, so I know when I worked retail, it was like you take your 15s whenever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I
You're
mean,
just
here,
entitled
I
to them.
just take breaks when I need. And
Oh, I don't work here. I just like literally am breaking most of the time, and occasionally I'll put 15 minutes in of effort.
oh no, when I read that, I was just like, wait, isn't that just like always
Normal? Yeah.
been the case? Like,
Hey,
Jesus.
question. So you know, I thought there was a legal requirement in New Zealand to provide like tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that's still a thing? Yeah.
I believe that's still a thing, but that might not be a thing because
Yeah, it's a little change. Yeah, because I was discussing it with someone and they were like, "No, I don't think so, man." And I'm like, I thought so, but I'm not sure. And I think there's also something like tea and coffee, or like similar. So if you like only drink hot chocolate, then your employer has to be like, fine, hot chocolate. Or like
yeah.
whatever. Of course, here we get a significant amount of stuff to eat and drink. Like, how long could I last living here eating? I would die quickly because the food is definitely not healthy.
Oh,
But
it's fucking shit.
like calorie wise, there'd be like months worth, weeks worth at least. Hey, give us another news story then.
Yeah. So what I was thinking, we can either talk about a chihuahua being arrested.
You know what? I've actually got a news story. Let's
Alright.
if you've got to the point where you're thinking about a chihuahua being arrested,
Nah,
you're
I've got some other
scraping the
ones.
bottom of the barrel when it
Got
comes to
some other
bus
ones.
stories. Well, let's talk about my own first because I'm scared now that you've got to the bottom.
I've got two.
This one's real lame
good
anyway.
stories, maybe.
Someone found some XSS and some Google stuff. Did you read that one right now?
I think I saw a video on YouTube about it, and
Gotcha.
I was a bit dubious about it because the like screenshot of the video was like XSS and Google search, and it just had in the search bar script
Yeah,
alert
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and I was like, that's
That's
not
not
like I can
that's-
see
yeah.
it, like. But then you wrote it up, so maybe it is right. Did
Um,
someone find some sweet XSS?
I didn't actually read. Supposedly, there was
Because they pay
some-
good money for that.
It was like an issue that can't actually be exploited or something. It was like
Yeah.
there's like filtering happening on the front end, and it's like, well, therefore, if you have front end JavaScript enabled, then the filtering would be happening. So there's it was like something weird like that. Don't you love the ones where occasionally someone submits a bug and they just don't understand like threat modeling? They're
Yeah.
like, I can type in a URL, phishingsite.com, and it takes me to phishingsite.com. Bug bounty, please.
Yeah.
I love those kind of ones.
It happens.
They're a little bit more convoluted than that, but they're just as stupid. There was another one I saw, and I thought this one was kind of legit. It's like funny, at least. If you visit a website logged into your Google account, that website can insert search history. So the way it works is you go to a website and they maliciously insert, like, you searched for, I don't know, pornhub.com.
Yeah.
And then you go to Google and you press P and it goes, you want to search for pornhub.com again? I got that right up there waiting for you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't load the content or anything. It's just like literally in the search box, it pre-populates it with the most recent searches you've done starting with P, like Pornhub. And he reported it to Google and was like, security bug? And they were like, and he was like, well, you could like do facebook.com.example.com, and like maybe someone would think that that was the legit domain. And so there's like a little bit. The other thing is when you visited his write-up, he injected like a bunch of ASCII art into your Google search history. So whenever I press fucking T, it comes up with this like massive ASCII art auto suggestion, which is funny. At least it's funny.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay. Do you reckon that's a security bug? It's even a bug? I don't know. What do you reckon?
So was this a bug or
Oh my
like,
god. Do you think it's a bug?
I don't know. You were saying something about like your search history coming up.
He was texting his partner about the sex toys they need to buy. So he.
I
was
wasn't
busy.
actually talking about.
Oh, was it your sister?
No, it was my wife. But
Okay. It wasn't the
Um,
sex toys. It was something different.
she was worried I took the book that we're reading, and I'm like, no, it's on the bed.
Oh,
And she was like, oh wow, it's like completely under the covers.
you're reading a book together?
Yeah, we're in a book group, so we like
The book
take
you're
turns.
reading. I gotcha. Yeah.
We,
okay,
we're
so-
not like just sitting there. Being
Yeah, I
like,
thought you're like
this,
reading.
this.
Yeah.
God, that'll be painful. She reads a lot quicker than me. I used to read
yeah.
real quick, but I just don't read as much anymore.
Sarah reads way faster than me, and she gets annoyed if I'm reading a book and she finds it interesting. She'll like lean over and then be like, "Turn the page, turn the page." I'm
I
like,
used
"Fuck
to
off,
do that.
turn the page."
This one has like so many characters, and like I feel like I need to know all their names, and like it's got so much backstory.
You've
and,
said
like,
that
it
about
just
every book at the book club. You always like, "Oh, there's just so much going on. There's just so many different. Can't remember them all." You say that about every book.
yeah, maybe.
What's this
But
book?
yeah,
it
my
a book?
wife was just like, "Oh, you just don't need to know any of that. Like, just skip over it." I was like,
Because
"Oh."
she's already like got past that
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
She's like halfway through. The 3 body problem. It's kind of like
Is that sci-fi?
yeah,
Yeah. Chinese
Yeah,
sci-fi.
it's-
Yeah.
so
I
it's
have
also
heard of
got
it.
a lot
Yeah,
of
you've actually
Chinese
recommended
names.
it to me before, right? Yeah, I've
it's
been.
got a lot of
recommended it.
Chinese names as well,
Gotcha.
which is hard to remember.
Yeah, as a Westerner, a lot of names get somewhat difficult to.
Oh
recall.
yeah, and so some of the second names are the first names, and some of the first names are the last name. It's just really confusing.
Like first name, last name order. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but like
happens
it's
in-
not consistent.
That happens in
Yeah.
Harry Potter, for example.
Yeah.
Come here, Harry. Well, come here, Potter.
Oh
Potter,
no,
Harry,
but
Harry
like
Potter.
so like for example, the first name of like a father and daughter
Yeah.
were the same.
Yeah.
So that's like the family name. Then the second name is what people called them,
Yeah.
which was like you're Stephen.
Yeah.
But then other people they were getting called by the first name, which
Gotcha. Yeah.
was confusing.
I mean, like, it's not. I gotcha. It's like different to the Harry Potter example, but I was more just
Yeah.
meaning that
I have been
names
called
are already
Davenport.
weird.
Like,
Pardon?
I've been called Davenport before. I
Yeah.
am sometimes.
It's when you're being scolded by an authority figure.
No, like I
Approach Davenport.
was in an authoritative thing that one time. I had a
What?
uniform and everything.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And they called you Davenport. Yeah.
Yeah. I called myself Davenport as well.
Oh, my condolences. I hear the Davenports don't know idioms very well, so they use like what's the one you always use? I can't remember it. In the main.
In the main. In the main.
Have you ever heard that one? In the main? If you look up, let me tell you, if you look up on a dictionary or in Google specifically, in the main, there's in the main synonym on the whole. I'm like, oh, that's what it means.
Right. So this XSS, was it actually an XSS?
I have no idea. I didn't read the write-up. I wrote it up because
you were
coworker
just
mentioned it.
talking about like
No, the other thing, I was talking
searches.
about a different bug, completely different bug. The search thing is completely
Oh,
different.
right. Oh, so the YouTube video I saw was
The XSS.
XSS in search.
Yeah. So, yes, that is a separate bug to what I was talking about. There was an XSS issue someone found, supposedly. I didn't read the details. Separate issue, no CSF tokens on search auto suggestions. So you can add auto suggestions to someone's
Oh,
search
yeah?
history. That's that. You picked a fucking horrific time to walk away and get a beer. Because, like, literally, we were having a conversation about whether you thought it was a bug. And you went, oh, what was it? And then you fucking walked away. Well, I'm out of fucking tech news now, aren't I? What else is there? Anything else happened this week? Linux releases. Didn't see any Linux releases. My machine didn't tell me I needed to update due to security issues. Occasionally I get that. There was a bug in Curl that made it use 100% CPU in some cases. It was affecting RTorrent.
Curl uses 100% CPU, like ever? Oh, wait, Curl or Chrome?
CURL. Curl.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a lot of CPU.
Yeah, it's had a few.
If it was Chrome, I would not be
To be
surprised.
fair, your computer seems to struggle running most things. You got a new one now. Maybe it's better. I just realized we haven't been watching Buses Go Fast for ages.
Yeah.
I guess I can't tell. Oh, Texas is number one. Okay, that's what it was. I was like, TX is number one. Does that mean a bus went past? I don't know.
Are you from Texas? Professor Oak.
Yeah, he's
They've
from Texas.
been on before, haven't they?
Yeah, it's
like
a guy I
way
know.
back.
I've met him in real life, actually. He's,
Oh, right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a couple of bus stories.
Okay, yeah, have him with him. Him on.
All right, we'll do that one and that one. So first off, a while back I talked about a cyclist nearly getting hit by a bus in Auckland.
Okay, I don't remember it
Bus
specifically.
like
but
overtook on a bridge and like nearly.
look, dude,
like,
if I
come on.
try to remember every time a bus almost collided with a pedestrian, believe it'd be a lot. Is this the guy who sent you footage on Twitter? Was that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Oh, not the Wellington guy that sent me footage.
I don't know the difference between them all. Someone sent you footage on Twitter for it. Okay. Well,
Not
there's more than
direct
one,
message,
so
not direct message.
not
so,
direct message.
yeah.
Okay, I only see the direct messages because they
Yeah,
come
yeah.
through to my email inbox. I get
Uh,
emails whenever it fucking happens. I'm like, stop having conversations. Grr.
Yeah, so I sent a request to the Auckland Transport, which is the bus company up there, and I was just like, hey, just wanted to know, like, can I get the case file and what was the outcome of this? Do you know what they did?
Yeah, TPP wholesale sucks. Yeah,
it wasn't.
not you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what they did? They gave you that information.
They gave me that information. Do you know what, like, they did in terms of the complaint, though?
Do you want me to guess with the knowledge that I have after you told me before we started the show?
Yeah.
You want to guess after I? Okay, well, I already know then.
What did they do?
They provided you the information, which included them following up with drivers for additional training. They like talked to the specific drivers. They tracked down who they were. It was mainly that kind of shit, right?
Yeah, they basically did what they should do.
Yeah.
The driver admitted fault. The CCTV footage like showed the driver kind of watching the rearview mirror as he was like pulling back in to make sure he wasn't gonna like kill the cyclist.
Wow, he tried to actively avoid killing a cyclist. That's good.
He's like getting training, and they are making sure that the bike bus training awareness is part of onboarding.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Which I'm like, holy shit! That
It's like the opposite of
meanwhile,
Metlink.
Metlink struggle to get like 4 bus drivers a year.
To be fair, Metlink doesn't. Wait, does AT hire, or do they outsource?
AT outsource.
Wait, was it a red light?
Uh,
You looked at
way
the,
too late. Dunno.
If you hadn't looked immediately, it would have been okay. Like, is that a red light? And you turned to look at the camera that has already occurred. and then went, oh,
you
wait,
could
no.
have clicked the replay button.
Ah,
That might actually be slower.
let's have a look. It hasn't buffered yet, so let's try it. Replay. Bloop, 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 bloop.
On that story, an update to, yeah, we got a bit of time. Update to the Wellington cycle and buses.
Okay.
So I asked how many incidents they happened last year involving cyclists.
Okay. Is this serious incidents or just any?
Any, but I asked them to tag which ones are serious. There was like 275 with 20 serious, I think.
Yeah.
But they
If you
just
killed
got
20 cyclists a year, it's not bad.
they just got back to me and they said, we actually forgot to put in the search term bike. There's actually like over 400 now.
But does that includes like
serious-
motorbike, right?
Serious is only 30. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
only two more.
it could include motorbike. But they also had some things like, this is not an incident with a bike.
Which it shows up, yeah. Why don't they just give you the database?
I know, right? It should be open.
Yeah, they should just like have.
I mean, I can imagine there's some data in there that
They should just have a personal information field and then refer to everyone as like witness A,
yeah.
person A, person B, person C, and then in the person C details is always redacted.
So they did actually go through all the serious ones and kind of give me a summary of them,
Yeah.
which is actually kind of useful. It's probably the most useful thing they've ever done for me ever.
But what about all the responses and requests that are associated with that case file? Oh, they're not tracked. So fuck it.
Yeah,
And
pretty
you
much.
kind of way ahead those.
One of them, so in the original one, so there was like 275 and 20 serious. One of the serious ones were just involving a child. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Because anything that involves a child is marked as serious, which kind of makes sense, but
yeah. I think it's a little bit.
I
dumb,
don't really
but
care about that for this information because I was more caring about the cyclist aspect.
yeah, fuck the children, kill them all. Who
In
cares?
the in the fucking second set of data they gave, that same case that they originally said, because I was like, can you tell me whether the cyclist died, whether the cyclist was injured, whether it was just a close call,
Mhm.
and whether it involved a child. And they just said it involved a child. So I assumed none of the three previous was part of it.
or all three of them and a child.
So it was a close call with multiple children riding bikes.
And
I'm like, damn, like it would have been good to know that because I did a follow up on like how many of those drivers got the bike bus training, and I explicitly didn't include that one because I'm like
It's just it involved a child.
It
A child
involved a
probably
child.
saw the bike go past or something.
yeah, and I'm like
Not that driver almost set off multiple children at once.
oh Jesus, but yeah, that's that.
Have I mentioned on the show before I was hit by a bus while
you
biking
have.
once? Unpleasant, I can tell you.
Do you know much about bus etiquette?
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You normally smile at the driver as you go on. You can say like hi or something, and then when you leave, you go, "Thanks, driver. Thanks."
Are you meant to cut in the line while you're going on?
What do you mean? Kinda. So we don't tend to have a strong queuing culture here, right? So we people tend to do it. Like you know how like people kind of there's like 3 different queues that all come up at once, and they kind of just like merge or zip like.
Yeah. So, like, I think if the buses had good capacity, it shouldn't be an issue. But
Be
like,
less of an issue, yeah.
Yeah, but it there's a capacity issue on buses, so it's
Oh,
definitely
people
an
are trying
issue.
to. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Um,
To be fair, one of the times it would matter is when we were school children back in the olden days.
mm,
We fucking queued up for that shit. No one pushed in line. You got in that queue, motherfucker. And you got on the bus in the order.
these are just hardly.
Is it just stories about people being cut in line?
So it was talking about bus etiquette. Number one was queue jumping.
I didn't even-
Number
that's not
2,
even an
3,
issue.
4, and 5 were just about just regular etiquette and like walking in the streets, like keep to the left while you're on
Ah.
the footpath. And I'm like,
Okay.
that's nothing.
To be honest, like keep to the left while you're on the footpath doesn't bother me that much. What does bother me is multi people.
Keep an eye out where you're going.
Yeah, yeah, and like behind you as well is
Yeah.
important. Like if you're walking with your friends and there's like 4 people behind you, like fucking trying to get past, like
Oh, I hate that. And I'm like the person that notices behind, and none of my friends do. And so I'll be the one that kind of like moves out of the way. And
yeah. I tend to, if
I
like there's
feel
3
real
of
bad.
us, I tend to just trail behind. 'Cause I'm like, oh, fuck it, I don't want to go 3 abreast on the footpath.
And then you don't have to talk to your friends.
Yeah, they're all shitty people anyway.
Um,
Sorry if I have any friends listening.
So some woman got showered with glass after yobs shoot at a bus.
Free
and-
glass shower? What's a yob, by the way?
Yeah, I might look
This
up
is like English.
English.
Okay.
What the
Fucking
fuck is
yobs,
it?
mate.
What is a
Fucking
yob?
Also, it's in a newspaper, so you're gonna wonder if it's like a racist term or not. Probably. You know what always gets me? You know we have at the moment hobnobbers or like hobnobs or whatever the fuck it is. Biscuits called hobnobs. Sounds like the kind of term your grandma uses for undesirables. Oh, there was some hobnobs on the street earlier. I'm just not comfortable with the hobnobs moving in.
I just don't know what a yob is.
Look up a yob. It's probably gonna be like Scottish person or something.
A yob, slang word used, a loutish, uncultured person.
So English then.
Just
Just all English.
yeah, they shot at the bus with an air rifle, which is
Managed to break the window? This is pretty thick windows.
some aren't. They might have gone through the emergency one.
Oh yeah, okay, true, yeah.
Holy shit! A fucking car in Brooklyn. So I was driving up Brooklyn Road.
Brooklyn here, okay, yeah.
Fucking, you know, like that big wide corner.
You're talking
Flipped.
about the one where the like one off O'Hara or further up?
Further down, so just after Bidwell going up.
I'm not 100% sure of it. Like the main road there though.
Yeah, the main road and big sweeping corner.
Yeah, gotcha. The one that's fun to go down on a bike going really fast and feeling you're gonna
Yeah.
die.
Or not when you have a fucking flat tire. That felt super dodge.
Even without it, it's like could die.
I
Could
didn't
die.
really notice.
Could die.
And then like went round the corner. I'm like, oh shit! And like some guy stopped later, and he was like, "Yeah, what the fuck's happening with your bike?" I'm like, "Oh, it's slightly flat." And he's like, "Yeah, I was a bit worried." But
Anyway, so Brooklyn.
car
yeah.
was going up there. Flipped over 3 times.
You flipped over. Wait, hang on.
Not me.
Were you there?
Nah, it was
Okay.
in a Facebook
Flipped
group.
over 3 times.
times.
Fuck me.
Driver gets out, fucking climbs through the bush, and
Yeah.
like climbs up to the top streets of Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and just goes on a runner.
Were they high?
I don't know.
They must
But
have been drunk.
Cops like fucking chased after them. Well,
Through
like-
the Brooklyn bush.
well, cops like kind of came, and then they would just started driving through the streets.
yeah,
Like,
just
there's
being
not that
like,
many streets, and they'll be like, "Oh, that guy's running.
Yeah.
might be him." Then the guy that was like a couple cars behind had to like go and like.
give a
ID
witness-
it.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Fuck!"
Pretty, like, how the fuck do you flip 3 times on that road? What was he fucking driving?
Like it's a corner, so I
yeah,
guess
but like,
if
come
you're
on.
going like 100, that would probably do it.
100 there would be pretty fucking high. He was going uphill as well. So
Uphill,
honing it.
I've been 80 up there, I think.
Yeah, even 80, you have to turn so sharp. It must have been what he was driving, right? And he was drunk as well.
Or he didn't notice and then turned real sharp.
So drunk, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
right? It sounds.
would
like-
imagine.
It sounds drunk, because otherwise, like, why would you? I don't know.
But fucking damn.
But hey, I think we're about done for today.
Yeah, we'll
Fuck
end it
that
on
chihuahua.
This Chihuahua, he got arrested.
Why did he get arrested for? What did he do? Now I want to know what happened to him. What happened to
He
him?
went on a school bus.
And he got arrested for it?
School children only, mate. Nah, it was just like a random dog. Went to the pound.
So he didn't get arrested. Okay.
The air quotes correct.
Gotcha.
Arrested.
Random dog. There's like birds and shit that can ride the subway. How cool's that?
Yeah.
He was like a dog riding a subway. I'm like, yeah, they're fucking dogs. They can do that. A bird riding a subway. I'm like, motherfucking birds can ride subways?
So like, do they fly in then fly out?
Normally just hopping.
Yeah.
Just pop, pop, pop.
Do you
pop.
reckon they know what they're doing?
Yes. Because they get on and off at the same stops every day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there are birds that catch the subway to places. Yeah. Normally like the overground subway parts or like the parts they can easily get to. But yes, there are birds who catch the subway each morning. They get on, they get off at the next stop. There are cats who do it as well. I presume there are dogs too, though I haven't heard any stories.
That's crazy.
And
I mean, if it's just the next stop, it could be they've gotten on. Now they're freaking out, then they get off.
they don't freak out though. They hop on, they wait, and then they get off. There are like videos of birds using the fucking subway as they are meant to be used. It's weird.
That's-
Well, he's not paying though. He's fear dodging, but
That's weird.
yeah.
All right.
All right. We will be back next week, I believe. We got anything next week we need to worry about? No, I think I'll
Yeah.
be here, I think.
Shall I just check my calendar?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter for these people. They kind of prefer it when you're not here anyway. Oh,
rude.
I died, I presume they're completely indifferent.
I think I'm fine.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll be here. Hopefully I'll be here.
And sorry, there's no gifts. Blame Steven.
Oh, yeah, the AI. I thought you meant like footage, the beating or something. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I
I
think
can
we'll...
get some gifts out there. I've taken a break.
You know, we have timestamps now. How handy is that?
Yeah.
I think we're about done for today. So we will see you all next
So,
time.
oh, you don't stop it. Just
I'm
yeah,
not gonna-
yeah.
Shh.
Libusvekter. Lip. Oh yeah. Libusvekter. Oh yeah.